Mighty ho, my crafty friends. This is Lori at the Ladybug Journals, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. So today, I am going to wrap up the Bird Journal Challenge that we have been in. Now, I am going to link the Friendly Quail, who was one of the sponsors of our challenge, so that you can pop in and see everything that she's been doing. But today I wanted to show you everything that I finished on here and get a few things popped in. And I also decided that I would put a few book corners on here, and I colored these with alcohol markers, and I want to show you the inside of what they look like, or the back, because I didn't do the inside of them. That's what they look like. They were kind of a shiny gold color. And then, I guess I should have done the back, huh? Because it's going to be on the inside. And this is that's the color that they ended up being. And I just used alcohol markers. And I just bought a simple pack from Walmart. They now carry them. And I will show them to you before the video ends. So if you're a beginner with alcohol markers and you want to play with them, this is the set to get. I used to have all kinds of colors, and I got rid of them because, I just didn't use them. I sent them over to a creator friend of mine, and she loves them. She plays with them all the time. But I just didn't. And then I decided I wanted to do this, so I popped into Walmart and found this little set, and it was only $20. So if you want to learn how to do this, if you are a beginner and want to learn, then this is the perfect set for you. So this is what we've been working on. So let me lift you up here a little bit so you can see a little better. So I'm working at a different table with a different mount today. And it is not cooperating very well. So this was the flip, the little flippity flop that we'd been working on. So remember, it goes like this. And okay, so I got everything finished. So I wanted to show you all my sections. So I just took these little cards that, these are just little magazine pictures, and I mounted them on some little cardstock and used them. And remember, I told you that I was just going to slice that paper so that the bird, you could see the bird when nothing was in it. Well, that's exactly what I did. I measured the paper before I mounted it, and then I drew a line with my pencil, and then I cut it. I put the inside page down. See, there's the inside page. And then I put the outside page down, and I just lined it up so that the picture lined up. And it's not perfect, but, the birds still line up. And then here's the little cards. So you can still see their heads. And I did the same thing over here for the little sparrows. And for this one, I did the same thing. And then over here, let me move these over here out of the way. I just took this little swift, and I didn't mount it on everything because the paper was thick enough I didn't have to. And that little page that we couldn't figure out what to do with, I found the perfect spot for it, for that page that had the little duck left on it. I think it's a duck or a goose. I filled the top of the pocket with it, and this was the page that we did together. There's the other half of it. That was over here. And this was the bottom that we did. But I didn't want to cut these guys off, so I folded it, and you can pull them down, and you can see them all. And then it just folds back up. And then you can put these in whichever one you want. I kind of picked the ones that the colors matched a little better. And, you know, just put it in wherever the colors matched a little bit better. The little Swift is a little blue, and there's a little blue over here. But you can put it wherever you want it. And then up here, you know, we put these two guys. Here are the little tags. And I did have to cut those down. And I did add their little pull tabs. So this closes up, and here's that scarlet tanager. Oh, she's so pretty. And here's that little Carolina wren. She's so tiny, but she's just so cute. And then on this side is the little blackbird drawing. And then on this side is our owl. It's a little tawny owl, and I kept the label because with so many owls in the book, I wanted to be able to distinguish which one he was. And then when you close him up, I have a brown kiwi. And I did have to add some weight to the bottom of it, so I just put a little cluster. And when you open him up, do you remember those little pieces that we waxed? Well, these are the little pieces. I just made a little pocket, and I put these little pieces in the pocket. Here they are. And they have the weirdest feeling compared to paper, but they turned out really nice. So I hope you guys try that. Here they are. They turned out really nice. The paper's nice and sealed. You could use them for to stick in little pockets. You could make little dangles with them. Oops, I need to glue that little corner down here. Oops, that one's going to peel right off. I didn't get that one glued down very well. Nope, didn't get that one down very well at all. But the top of it, even though it came off, the wax is all the way through it. And oh my gosh, it is so soft. It's just soft as silk. Just soft as silk. And I'm just going to leave it in there. And then when you flip it this way, here's the little cluster, and I just sewed a little, down here, I just sewed for weight on the cluster. I just sewed a little leaf charm, because leaf was one of our, come here. Leaf was one of our prompts. So I'm just going to put this in our book. Now, in our book, I do have some little postcards I found on one of my little hauls that I did wandering around my town. Well, just all around town. And I found this eagle, and just looking so proud. And I think this is not very old. This is, well, it doesn't really say. He's from Yellowstone National Park. It doesn't really say how old it is, but it's very pretty. And this peacock, oh my goodness, look how pretty that peacock is. And then here are some swans. Aren't they pretty? And I don't think any of these have been written on. No, none of them have been written on, but I'm going to put them in the book. And I just tied the book with the ribbon that we put around the book. So I'm just going to put these. I think I'm going to put here, since this is so chunky, I'm going to put this up here, I think. Or I might put that in, I think I'm going to put this in the back. Add some weight to the back. And I know we have, here, I'm going to put that up there. Now, this was made by following a tutorial. Joie, Joie, I will think of her name in a minute. I will link her station below, her YouTube channel, and I will link all the channels that I refer to below. Why can I not think of her name? I'll think of it. But it's called Tatty Birds, or Tatty Birds. And that's the tutorial that I followed, and I just love that. And I just put it on with a little clip. And then, of course, you all saw that. And that little, that center page that we had, I just folded up. And I just put right here to fill that up. And then over here, I have a paper clip. And I think that's where I'm going to put this. And it's okay. You don't have to have altered paper clips everywhere. You can just have a paper clip someplace. Like this one is just a paper clipped. But I just tied a little ribbon to it to give me some fluff at the top. And it's just some birds that I liked. And this was our... boy, you guys, I am just not feeling it today. My brain is just out in Never Land. This is the, good thing I'm sitting here, huh? This is the embossing powder that we did. This is the embossing powder that we did over the stencils. And see, there's the little bird. Here's the center of the signature. And you just never know when I'm going to come back and work in here again. And here's the tag that we made. It's got stamps, different types of stamps, and all kinds of things on it. Now, this is an altered paper clip up here. And these are just... this is just a cluster of birds. And then down here is just a little tiny pocket with the information on the birds. So you can do that if there's something. And this little pocket here, this little button, when you open this, you just open it up. And inside is just a little card with another bird. And then you just take and you put it back in there. And then here's our chickens. I just love that page. I just wish it wasn't so chunky and I had planned ahead better. And then here's our watercolor page. And then, of course, this one is the owl. And these are watercolor pencils here and on the owl. And he's just clipped on. Here's some tabs. And these are our puzzle pieces. This is the day we went rogue. Remember that? And with all of our tags in our pockets. This was the day I decided to go rogue. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. These are one of our shaker cards. There's another one of our bird cards. And let's see, maybe we'll put our swans in there. There's another that's just showing different bedding that the birds like to do. And these were just the circles. And this is the state flower. So I had to include it in the robin. Do you remember the story I told you of the robin nesting in the hydrangea? Silly robin. This was a Pels fishing out. And again, I kept the information on it to remind me about the owl. And I just clipped it to the page. And the page is painted with a stick. I took on the page, I took, oh my gracious, you guys. I'm glad I'm sitting right next to everything. I took matte medium and I painted the page with matte medium and let it dry. And then I went out and I sprayed the page with a few different colors of ink. And I let that dry. And I kind of wiped it off with a paper towel. And then I took my my stick and a paintbrush. And I just took the tip of the brush and went like this with my ink. You know, tried to paint on with it. And that wasn't working very well. So instead, I tried spraying it first. That was not working at all. So instead, I opened the ink and I dipped it in the ink. And that was how I was able to paint on here. And then after the ink dried, I took my gel pens and I went over it to kind of highlight it a little better. Because it's really hard. I found it was really hard to paint on this paper because it's just coffee dyed paper, and it was really hard to do that on coffee dyed paper. But it was a lot of fun experimenting. It was a lot of fun. And this was a tag that we stamped and we made, it was a layered tag. We stamped on, we used gel pens, we used all kinds of stuff on, and that was a lot of fun. This one's our other shaker card. And they do move around. They just don't move as well as the others, but they do move. And here's our feather tag that we made. And I just love that tag. I think it's just so pretty. I'm so glad we did that. And do you remember this one? Well, what I ended up doing, this is our nest. What I ended up doing was I found a little wooden bead. And can you see what's on the little bead? Can you see that up there? It's got a little heart on it. And it matches the little heart that's on his little letter. See his little letter down there? He has a little heart on it. So I put the little heart. I kept the twine that was on the tag, and I put the little bead on the twine, and I knotted it above and below, and I just kept it. Now, I tried inking it. Regular ink and oxide would not stay on this. It's very plasticky. So I just ended up wiping it off and leaving it alone. But I think it just turned out really cute. And when it's behind this paper, see, because here's our envelope. And I didn't cut it for that reason, because I wanted it to look like it was coming out of the birdhouse. I just leave it, I line it up, and I just leave it like that. And I try to push it down like that. So it does look like it's, you know, part of the birdhouse. And I don't really mess with them too much, but it just looks like it's part of the birdhouse. And then here's another one of our little mixed media pockets. This one was another one of our little stamped tags that we did. Do you remember doing that one? That one was fun. This is just a fussy cut from the book. And this is another page from the book. It's just showing the types of eggs that the birds lay. And I just have it just right behind here. And this is just called a puffin. And I just thought he was just the cutest little thing. And this is not a real clip. It's just one of those. It's actually just one of those little, you know, it's just that little, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's like a fussy cut, or it's a piece of ephemera. So I just glued it on top of it there. This decoration on the page. And I think that might be all the decoration on the pages. Oh, no. And here is this that we did. And you have all these little pockets here. So we have all these. Now, this is going to go in the back. Get a hold of this. Now, if I have to here, I might just need to clip it or put it in. I think I might just need to set it in someplace because it's so chunky. Maybe, let's see, I might just need to sit it in someplace. Let's see. Maybe around a page. Let's see. Maybe that's got stuff on it. There. Let's just put it around here. I just want to put it right around there. Just like that. There. And then we can tie it closed. Now, I want to put my corners on. So we'll just tie it with that around there like that. So to put your corners on, I need to glue the fabric down first. So let me get the rest, let me get this fabric glued down here first. So before you put your corners on, you need to make sure your fabric or your paper or whatever you're using as your lining is attached well to your cover. Okay? You can't attach them, your corners, without everything on the inside being attached well. Okay, so you take your corner and you line it up to your cover. Now, depending on how strong your fingers are, you might be able to just squeeze it shut. And these might be too big for this. Now, you're going to put some glue inside. You're just going to put a little bit of glue on the inside. Doesn't need to be a lot. You just want it to glue to everything. And you put it in here. Now, I'm just going to try, there, I can squeeze this one with my fingers. Now, sometimes when I'm putting it on my bigger books, I can't. It's just too much. Okay. Okay. But to make sure it's on all the way, I'm going to use this paper and make sure. Now, you want to make sure that you use either your flathead tweezers, your pointed head, something, but you want to cover them first. You don't want to do it bare. Okay? over here is where I'm missing. And you want to make sure it's down all the way. Down into your area all the way. Because once you've got it pinched, it's not coming off. There you go. And I'm going to need to re-glue that. Okay. And that's how you do it. You're going to do it to all 4 sections that way. 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Okay. So again, I'm going to put some glue in. And you'll see the inside is flat, is a little flat. Oops, sorry about that. My glue bottle bumped you. The inside's a little flat. Here we go. And you want to make sure you catch both pieces, your fabric or your paper and your cover. You don't want to leave any of them out. And if you use alcohol ink or any type of colorant on your book covers or in your book corners, you need to let them dry at least 24 hours. Mine have dried about 48 hours. You can't do it immediately. You have to let them dry. Oops, I missed this spot. Okay. Now, same for the back. What I mean by dry, you have to let your color dry. Otherwise, you're going to wipe it off. Because you're going to get pretty rough with it. Okay. And you don't have to use book corners. I have several that don't have book corners. A lot of my little ones don't have book corners. Whoops. So you can see some of that ink is coming off on my hands from this glue. Okay. All right, it's not down over here. Okay, now on the front, my little tear from where it tore, remember where it tore? I need to glue across the top. Come on, glue. Come on out. I need to glue my little tear down. So I need to put that down. Now, before you put your book away and call it a day, make sure that you've, got everything glued how you want it glued. So I had to make room on my bookcase to store this journal. And, I come back to my journals. My very first journal, my very first one that I did, 5.5 years ago, I came back to it and said, there is something in here. There's a project in here that I did that I want to see how I did it. Because I wanted to do it in a journal that I just did. And I want to see how I did it. So I had to get it out and look at it. And as I flipped through it, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe all the stuff I did in here. And how much I've changed in my styles and everything that I do in 5.5 years. So if you've made more than one journal over the years, go back and look at your old ones and see how you've changed. You might be amazed. There we go. Now let's put some more glue back here on this. And I think we might be finished. I can't believe we forgot to do this. Holy cow. This is usually what I do first thing. Come here, you. There. Yeah, I really like that binding with all those buttons. All right. Let's tie our little girl closed. And I was getting worried about her bow, her little ribbon on the side. I wasn't sure that was gonna be enough to tie her closed. All right. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for doing the Bird Journal Challenge. I hope you had fun, and I hope you created a bird journal with me. And I hope that you explored, and I hope that you watched some of the other videos that Carol was making over on Friendly Quail. And if not, I'm going to link her down below so that you can watch hers. And I will also link some of the other channels that I have mentioned down below so that you can watch their journal. Their journal entries, and you can see everything that they've gotten or that they've made or that I've gotten inspiration from, or things like that. So I want to thank you, and if you've enjoyed this short little video today, oh gosh, it's just over 30 minutes. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know how you enjoyed this challenge. It's the first challenge that I've ever been involved in, and I really had a good time. And if you enjoyed it, then maybe we'll do another one. Coming up next this month, we're going to be starting our Christmas journals. And I know people are saying around there, why is everybody doing Christmas? Well, you have to think of it this way. It's not that crafters are pushing Christmas. It's that crafters have to prepare for Christmas, because you guys that buy things for Christmas want to start making things for Christmas. So I know as a crafter years ago, when I had a craft business, I had to start making things in June and July for craft fairs, because craft fairs start in October. So, we have to start making things early to sell them. So I'm behind in the game. Because some of my crafting friends on YouTube and other places, they've already had them in their Etsy shops and their Ko-fi shops. They're full. My Ko-fi shop, it doesn't even exist right now because I have nothing to put in it. So for the holidays. So I am behind the game in getting my Christmas stuff done. I haven't even knocked on the door of my Ko-fi shop this year and said, all right, guys, here it is. I've just said, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working on some Christmas, and we're going to be getting probably some Christmas ephemera made, and some journals that you can make for gifts, and some things like that. So that's going to be it. Plus, we're still working on our journal that's, just for fun and making us happy. So, it's not going to be all Christmas, so don't panic. But until then, don't forget, you can leave me a thumbs up, you can leave me a comment, and you can subscribe, you can share these with your friends. And I'm so glad you came by the craft table and joined me today. And we got to chat, and we got to share a cup of tea. And it was awfully nice having you. And until I see you in the next video, ta-ta for now.